Hello folks, this is Gonzo coming at you again. Today we've got this beauty. It's a 6mm Remington. It's a Parker and Hale rifle. I think it's a 1500. It's made in Birmingham, England. It's got a little Deerfield 4x32 scope on it. This is rifle here was bought for me by my dad when I was 12 years old for my birthday. It was my deer rifle. I carried this, killed deer with this. I've killed many a groundhog, various different other things. It's 6mm. That's a little bit of an oddball cartridge these days. It's a 6mm Remington core locked 100 grains is what I've been shooting in it most of my life. I've got it dialed in, dead nuts on 100 yards with this thing, and it'll reach out to I don't know how far. I've never really had an opportunity to shoot much at long range, so I know 250 yards is still pretty close to dead on. But this thing is an absolute shooter. It's got the bull barrel on it all the way out. It's very accurate, very fast. It's I don't know a lot of information about Parker and Hale. I know they're not in business anymore. If they are, I'm not aware of it. But if this rifle is any indication, they make a fine rifle. This one's got the Mauser action. It's very nice. You can see some age on this thing. It's like I say, it was bought for me for my 12th birthday. It was used when we bought it. It had a couple little dings on it, nothing major, but it went all the way through my teenage and years, my 20 years and all that, and then I got into other rifles, and I pretty much put this thing in the gun cabinet. Didn't get it out for many years. Once in a while I'd get them out and take them out and clean them. That's about it. But I got into some heavier calibers and put this up. I recently got it back out. Decided to take care of a little nuisance groundhog that I had, and after sitting in the gun cabinet for the gun safe, I should say, for gosh, close to 20 years, still dead on. At 140 yards is what I shot it at. Headshot. It's no problem. But yeah, these are nice rifles. I got a gold bladed trigger. It's got the tang safety right here, and I just installed this bipod on it because I'm getting ready to do some shooting. I'm probably not shooting this video, but what I've done is I've loaded me up a few bullets here. I've got 18 bullets, each 75 grain Hornadys, 75 grain Hornady VMAX. I'm going to I'll drop down in size instead of going up. All you can really find in the store is these 100 grains, and they do fine, but I want something. I want to speed this thing up a little bit. I want to go for 75 grains and put these little VMAX bullets in there. They're just grab one out here and get a close-up view. Those I loaded up last night. I've loaded up 6 different recipes. I went from the low range all the way to the maximum range. 6 different recipes, 3 bullets a piece. I'm going to shoot some groups with it in a day or two and pick out what I'm going to start loading for a varmint bullet. And then later I'll see if I can get something a little bigger or in the 100 grain range and a more high performance bullet for deer or other larger game. But yeah, the 6mm, I just wanted to do a video today to explain the 6mm. 6mm Remington actually started out called the 244. This was back in like the 40s, 50s. They came out with that, and then at about the same time they developed the 243. Now, a lot of people say that the 6mm and the 243 are just alike. They are not alike, not even close. The 243 is based on a 308 case, and the 6mm was based on the 257 Roberts case, or the 7x57 Mauser case, whichever one you want to call it. I think the 257 Roberts is actually based off the 7x57 case, and then 6mm was based off that case. So you can say the 6mm was based off the 7x57. But anyway, that aside, the 6mm is a longer case, and it will not even chamber, I do not believe, in a 243. However, you probably can chamber a 243 in a 6mm, but it will not seat all the way in. The 6mm would fit in there like this. The 243 is going to fit in something like this, and you do not want to fire that bullet. That would you'd probably destroy your cases, and your bullet may cock sideways before it gets into the rifling, and then you could have an explosion in your gun. So do not try that. It could be devastating to both you and your gun. But yeah, that I've heard all my life when I tell people I had a 6mm that, oh, that's the same thing as a 243. It is not. It is far from it. So do not attempt to shoot one and the other, because it will not work. But this little old scope is a single power 4x32. You can't adjust power up or down, but it's a Deerfield scope, and this thing has been rock solid. Once I adjusted it the first time, I had my neighbor actually adjust it for me. I was 12 years old. He came over and adjusted this scope, and Shorty, I just want you to know, if you ever watch this video, it's 40 years later, this thing's still dead nuts on. I haven't adjusted it a time. So thanks for that, Shorty. That was before I learned how to adjust my own scopes. But yeah, this has been a rock solid rifle, and I really love it. I've just been neglecting it for several years now. So I've decided to get it back out, work up a few lows. Here's my first attempt. It's a 75 grain. I'll go with some heavier, maybe even some lighter bullets, and try out different things. Another difference between the 6mm and the 243 is the rifling in the barrel. The 244, when it first came out, had a rifling in it that it would not stabilize the heavier bullets like the 100 grain. You had to shoot the real small, lighter weight bullets, and it kind of fell out of favor. And so I believe it was 1958 they started working on a different rifling and bullet setup for the 6mm Remington, or for the 244. And then in 63, when they released that, it came out as the 6mm Remington, and they put a better twist rate in it it can now stabilize a heavier bullet like the 243. But by the time that had happened, the 243 had taken off and became wildly popular, and this never really took off then. If they had came out with it in the beginning, the 6mm would have probably won the fight of the 243 calibers, simply because it's faster. It shoots, if you take bullet weight for bullet weight, the 6mm it develops a higher pressure, which pushes your bullet out faster, and you can average 100 to 150 feet per second higher than the 243. So, but when they first come out with it, they came out with basically a varmint rifle, and it couldn't get anything much larger than a varmint because of the lighter bullet weights. Now, these days, manufacturers are making bullets that you can take a small grain bullet and do a lot with it because of the design of the bullet, the expanding characteristics, and the just the basic design of the bullet in general, and the alloys used in making them. So bullets have come a long way, and it's time to get this 6mm out and see just what I can do with it. So I just wanted to make this first video here. I'll make some more with the 6mm, and we'll get out on the range and do some shooting and see what I can do with these bullets and everything. But for right now, I just wanted to do a quick video to explain the 6mm and let you see this is my 12th birthday, and she's been a great little rifle, and it's time to get her out and stretch her legs a little. After 40 years of owning it, I've never had a complaint with this rifle. So anyway, folks, thanks a bunch.